Good morning. I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and I welcome you to our biweekly massage chair industry update for today, which is Friday, June 13th, 2025. Appreciate you joining me, and I hope you learned something today. These broadcasts are for people who own chairs or people who are shopping for chairs. It is also available to people in our industry to get caught up on some of the latest and greatest news in the massage chair industry. I'll begin by saying that the tariffs are still in place, but it's very fluid. There's a lot of fluctuation in pricing. We are notified by different companies of massage chair companies of changes in pricing. One company has actually increased price and decreased price based on what tariff is going on, if any, at any given moment. This last week, I understand that the U.S. and China are close to an agreement on trade. We're hoping that that will result in a lower tariff. And their tariffs have been as high as 254% and down as low as 10 and 20% in the beginning. I don't even really know where it's at right now. It's like I say, it's very fluid, and the tariffs fluctuate. But we're hoping that there'll be some resolution, especially with the Chinese products, because we rely so heavily on Chinese manufacturing for not just massage chairs, but so much of our daily life. And as good or as bad as that may be, for some people, it is the way of life, and it'll be hard to deal with increased huge tariffs like that and wait for production to be done at home. It's very difficult. And speaking of production at home, sometimes I hear it said that a particular chair that someone is looking at is made in the USA. And I am so dumbfounded when I hear that, unless that model or brand is a Luraco chair. Luraco is the only company that builds an American massage chair, and they're based out of Carrollton, Texas. We've been there to their warehouse and their factory many times. Their chairs are developed in America. They're built in America. Of course, it's a global economy, and every chair requires components from different countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, but in many chairs instances, some Chinese products as well, or components as well. But Luraco is, by and large, and for the vast majority of the chair, it is American made. And so when I hear people say, "Oh yeah, such and such a chair," and they'll tell me the model, they say it's an American-made chair. That is very, very misleading. Whoever told you that is not being truthful in their information marketing. And I would be very, very cautious if someone says this is an American-made chair. I would not believe it unless it is a Luraco chair, and that's definitive. And the same goes for Japan. There are not a lot of Japanese-made chairs on the market. Truly Japanese-made chairs would include the Inada chairs, and Inada has used to have a huge presence here in the United States. Back in I started in 2005, and I think shortly thereafter the Inada Dreamwave came to be. I think it was maybe 2010, something like that. And that chair it took the industry by storm. It was so revolutionary and evolutionary that it really changed the way chairs were designed, the way that airbags were used, the way that the roller mechanisms worked. But anyways, those were Japanese-made chairs, but we don't see those chairs anymore, or rarely. There's the Inada Robo chair, which we have on our website, but it's not a popular chair. It's a cool chair. It's got some neat airbags and some nice nuanced Japanese style massage roller mechanism, but it is not. That is a Japanese-made chair. And again, when I say Japanese-made chair, I mean the majority of the chair is made in Japan, with some smaller components made in other countries, but the vast majority of the chair is built in Japan. But it's not just Inada. Inada is a small player in the United States market, but we have also Fuji Ryoki. I always say Fuji Ryoki, and it is. I've been corrected. A fellow on my YouTube channel corrected me again, and it is an old habit because I'm so used to saying Fuji Ryoki, but it's Fuji Ryoki. Fuji Ryoki. And anyways, that's a Japanese company, and the chairs they come out of the Fuji Medical factory in Japan, and that would include chairs like the Sinka, or what used to be, well, the Sinka JP 3000, the Fuji Ryoki 5000, JP 5000 chair. What other chairs are made in truly made in Japan? But that is pretty much the breadth of it. Now, the Panasonic chairs are designed and engineered in Japan, but they're built in China, but they're built up to Japanese standards. But there are also chairs that say, where the distributor will say these chairs are made in Japan, but they are not built in Japan. The components are built in China primarily, and some other countries for some of the components. But then the chair is exported to Japan, where the chair is assembled, tested, programmed, and then shipped off to America or other points unknown. But those chairs they say they're made in Japan, but they are only assembled, tested, and programmed in Japan. The actual manufacturing is done in China. So that's like chairs like the JP Medics Kumo, which we sell, the Oko chairs, which we don't sell anymore. We used to sell those, but not anymore. And also includes like the Koyo chair from Furniture for Life. Those chairs are quote unquote made in Japan, but the building of the chair, the manufacturing of the chair is in China. Of those chairs is in China. So it is a kind of it is a world economy, and every chair has components from different parts of the world. But the majority build of Japanese chairs are in Japan. Truly made in Japan chairs are built in Japan. Truly American chairs are built in America, and those are the models. Those are the models that we see that are U.S. made and Japanese made. I almost forgot, the Decor chairs are made in Japan, built in Japan. They are distributed now by the Fuji Ryoki company, and the Decor 2 is their latest model. The Decor Cirrus and the Decor Stratus used to be made in China back when they were distributed by Furniture for Life, but now all the Decor models are being distributed by Fuji Ryoki. And I might also add that the Decor brand was created by Soshi Inada, who's the son of the Inada patriarch who started the original Inada company back in the late 50s, early 60s, when massage chairs were first not discovered, but invented, created. So anyways, don't forget about Decor, and add those to add those models to the Sinka JP 3000, the Fuji Ryoki 5000, JP 5000, and the Inada Robo chairs, which are also in the United States right now. Now, you also hear that there's chairs made in Korea. And so a chair like the Kai or the Hutech Kai chairs, but those chairs are also built in Japan or built in China, exported to Korea, where the assembly, testing, and programming occur. So they said they're made in Korea. We also had some chairs called HealthMate that we used to sell, or Orest, which are Korean chairs, and but they are not built in Korea. They're assembled, tested, and programmed in Korea. So there is a line of distinction between made in Japan, assembled, tested, and programmed in Japan, and made in Japan, assembled, tested, programmed, and built in Japan. And there are few and far between those chairs. But Fuji Ryoki is now has made a resurgence here in the U.S. market, and they have some other chairs like their Cyber Relax chair, which is and the Calm Plus, which are Chinese-made chairs. They're not truly made in Japan, but they are represented by Fuji Ryoki in the United States and around the world, and of course Luraco in America. So, anyways, I think I went off on a bit of a tangent there, but I want you to understand, when you see chairs, when people tell you, "Oh, this chair is made in America," unless it's a Luraco, don't believe it. This chair is made in Japan. Maybe made in Japan, maybe assembled, tested, and programmed in Japan, but unless it's a Sinka JP 3000 or a Fuji Ryoki 5000, JP 5000, or an Inada chair like the Inada Robo, those chairs are not those are not made in Japan. Just the ones that I just mentioned, and there's not many. So beware of that. Buyer beware. Okay, now I talked about the tariffs before and how it's affected pricing. Infinity has been one of the last holdouts for price increases, and their prices are going up on July 1st. Just as an example, like the well, the Infinity Genesis Max and used to be like $86.99 list price. Now it's going up to $92.99. The Luminary was $12,999. Now it's going up to $13,999, and the costs are also going up. So we're paying more for it. You're paying more for it. Everybody's paying more for it. But the Infinity chairs are going up on July 1st. So stay tuned for that. Also, Supernovo X from Human Touch is going up on this next week on the 16th. Their chairs are going up from the Supernovo X is going up from $14,999 up to $15,999. That's the new chair that you've probably seen my videos on, where the armrests go up and down so you can get in from the side. Their whole body 7.1 is going up to $26.99, and the whole body 8.0 is going up to $29.99. And those chairs are not full featured massage chairs. They have rollers that go up and down your back. They have what they call paddles in the calves, not really airbags, not really rollers, but paddles that kind of do this figure eight motion on your calves. It feels great. But those chairs are now getting close to $3,000. So that is another price increase. And then also we have the Osaki chairs going up in price. And we don't have all those on our website yet. They should be up today. But I'm just trying to think of an example of one here. And by the way, some of the chairs have come down in price because the new shipments coming in, the prices, like a classic example is the Duo Max from Osaki. And that chair, it was listed I can't remember exactly how the prices have fluctuated, but the costs have gone up. At one point, they went up $1,000 on cost. Then they came down to $400 because the tariffs changed with these new shipments. Because the chairs the Osaki chairs are quite popular, and the popular ones, they come and go. They come and are sold out quick. So new tariff rules may apply from shipment to shipment. And recently, some of their costs have actually gone down. Some of their prices have gone up, and all those will be on our website. The only company that has dropped their prices, and I talked about this in the last update, are the True massage chairs. And it's not because of tariffs or anything. The tariffs are not affecting this directly on the pricing. They're dropping the prices because they're changing their business model, and they're competing with the online market. And it's a tough market to compete with because the quality of chairs of the cheaper online stuff is cheap. True builds chairs in good factories, and their prices used to be, $8,500 up to $11,000, and now they're dropping down to like $69.99, $59.99. And these are good chairs, well built. They only come with 1 year parts and no labor. Massage Chair Relief will throw in 2 years of labor for you, so you're not alone. If the chair breaks down, you've got a technician on your side, or our technicians on your side. But those chairs, that's the only company whose prices have gone down. But it's not because of China tariffs or anything like that. It's because of a change in their business model. So be aware of that. But there are those are good prices for the True chairs. Okay. Now, I've been in the industry for so long, as I mentioned earlier, over 20 years, but because I've been in the industry for so long, I take for granted that everybody knows the terms that I'm throwing out. Like, you throw out terms like zero gravity or roller track or 4D or 3D. Sometimes I forget that some of the concepts are so new to people, such as some of you that are watching this video, that you don't even know what those terms mean. And if you go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/massage chair relief, I have a playlist called Massage Chair Dictionary, and you can go through that dictionary and see all the different terms that are common in the massage chair industry, and you can learn. But one of the very, very simple things, I don't even think I have a video on this one yet. I think we just are creating a short, one of those social media short videos. But all massage chairs will do one of two things, basically. One is kneading, where the rollers knead your back, like hands do, like you got hands that are rubbing your back, and tapping, which is knocking and tapping on your body. Now, those are essentially the two primary modalities in a massage chair: kneading or tapping, or a combination of both. So you can have kneading while it's also tapping. Now you can adjust the speed, you can adjust the intensity, the depth on most chairs. So it's doing the same thing, but faster or more intensely. Well, there's also some other things that we have. There's also something called percussion, which is a type of tapping. There's compression, which is a sustained roll, like a sustained push of the roller. So it's like an ultra slow tap. See what I'm saying? So they're all variants of kneading and tapping. The shiatsu and rolling are common programs and common options on a massage chair, especially on the manual settings. But rolling is just a compression, and the rollers roll up and down your back. That's all they do. So it's kind of a one tap, and then it rolls up and down your spine, and that is rolling. Shiatsu is very similar. The definition of shiatsu is a sustained pressure point. And if you go to a licensed massage therapist, a licensed massage therapist will push down on a muscle and hold it. And that is a form of shiatsu. That's what shiatsu is. Well, the chairs can do the same thing. They will push a compression, so like a really slow tap, then they'll release, move up, roll a bit, push again on another muscle. And it'll do that up and down your spine. That's like shiatsu. And then rolling is just straight up and down. Shiatsu is up and down with this periodic compression. And so those are the basic modalities that the rollers provide. Now there's programs like stretch, and depending on the type of stretch, you know that I've talked about the 3 different types of stretch: the full body extension stretch, the segmental stretch, and the hip distraction stretch. And in those stretches, it is a program that stretches your body in a particular way, but it uses the tapping, the rolling, the kneading. It integrates all that in the program. So it's not really a type of modality as much as it is a program that uses the modalities in a different way and uses the airbags in a different way. And of course, the airbags are a whole different thing. Maybe we can talk about that another day. But airbags nowadays do more than just squeeze. And that shift in airbag configurations and usages changed with that Inada Dreamwave I told you about, which is it's long since been discontinued. But their use of airbags kind of changed the way that airbags were used. And now airbags are used in many, many different ways. And we'll talk. I'll make a note to talk about that on the next on the next industry update. Now, I just want to finish up by talking a little bit about our massage chair safe for everyone. And for everyone that has a normal, healthy spine, and when I say normal, healthy, I mean you don't have like a metastatic tumor on your spine or on the muscles around your spine. You don't have an open wound on your spine. You don't have a type of arthritic or autoimmune disease that creates ultra sensitivity on your back. And not saying that a massage chair couldn't help you, but it can be tedious negotiating pressure on your back from a massage chair if you have some really ultra sensitive autoimmune or arthritic conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or systemic lupus or whatever. Some people that have those, it's not the best thing for them. It doesn't feel great. And so I would suggest that you consult with your family doctor if it's going to work for you or not. You can come into a massage chair store like ours and try one out and on the lightest setting and see if it works for you. And for most people, they'll think, oh my gosh, yeah, I feel better. This is amazing. I feel better. But there's some people that are extremely sensitive. And I don't mean because of autoimmune disease or arthritic conditions, because they just can't stand anybody touching their back or any pressure on their skin. And 99.9% of the people that come to our showroom want to almost fall asleep on the chair. They love it. It feels great. But there's a certain percentage that are so sensitive and so hypersensitive that even the slightest pressure from a roller will be uncomfortable for that person. And in some cases, it might even, they might feel like they've been injured. Again, very, very rare. And you don't know until you try. But if you have a pathological condition and you're not sure if a massage chair is good for you to use, check with your MD. And you can ask us to. Hopefully, of course, I'm a chiropractor, so I have a little bit of training in the in physiology and anatomy, but you should not be misled, and that's kind of important to realize. Now, having said all that, those are all kind of disclaimers. I have seen infants on massage chairs, my own grandchildren, and I'm talking about my little Olive, who is I think a year old, just walking, sitting on a Panasonic chair. And a Panasonic chair is not a gentle massage, it's a strong massage. And she just sat there and was mesmerized and just loved the chair. And when the chair stopped, she cried because she wanted more. So it's safe for children. It's safe for pregnant ladies. And geez, well, I have pregnant women benefit greatly from massage chairs. Now you have to understand, when women are pregnant, they have a hormone that releases that is designed to relax the musculature around the pelvis and the hips so that the baby can grow in their body. And so that hormone can create a feeling of instability in your spine. And sometimes, and I've got 6 children, so I'm acutely aware of how this can affect a mother, a pregnant woman, or a woman who's pregnant, is, all of a sudden you'll take a move and all of a sudden, oh, your back goes out or something changes, or you can feel a muscle tightening up. Like piriformis muscles are real common because when your hips expand with the baby, the piriformis muscles are 2 of the muscles that are the most affected by that, and sciatica can come. And anyways, it's wonderful for pregnancy, wonderful. And that's even up to 9 months. Okay. We've had customers, including my own family, who have come to the showroom and used the massage chair at 9 months and loved it. But again, if you're concerned about it, talk to your obstetrician, family doctor, whoever, and get the go ahead. But children and pregnant women, safe, vast majority safe. Now, you might have kids that are like older, playing around in the chair and jumping on the chair. I'd be more concerned for the safety of the chair than I would of the child. And I'm not kidding about that. And we have a chair in our showroom that a child in a home stood on the ottoman as it was. I don't even know what position it was, but the ottoman was not down all the way. The ottoman's the footrest, and it snapped the ottoman right off. And we couldn't get a replacement chair for that customer or a replacement ottoman because the chair had been discontinued. And so, kids will do more damage to chairs than chairs will do damage to children. Mark my word on that one. Plus, if you're an older geezer like myself, the kids actually can come help you figure out some things on the chairs if you can't figure it out, especially the connectivity things. Fortunately, I've got some kids that are pretty technical, tech savvy, as most of you have children that are that way, or most of you, or those of you that are younger folks that are tech savvy, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I just want to talk on that because that is something that people ask from time to time. Is a massage chair safe? And I have to say a resounding yes, it is safe. And they are safe. And of course, you have to go and try out chairs to know which one feels the best for you and which one is congruent for your body shape, your sensitivities, your pain levels. And you could sit on one chair and, oh, I can't, this chair's terrible. Oh, get me out. And then you go on the next one and you're snoring and within 5 minutes. So it really does vary based on your propensity to be sensitive or not, and based on the chair's strength and roughness. And I will say the cheaper made chairs are typically just really, really strong, not very nuanced choreography, as they call it, as the rollers go through their choreography in their programs. It's just a beat down. And then the higher premium chairs have a more nuanced choreography, more subtle, more just nuanced is the best word I can think to use. But so you don't really know until you try something. And so if you sit in a chair once and it's like, oh, I felt like it was killing me, don't give up. If you feel like a chair could do you some good, or maybe you sat on someone's chair and it was, oh, it was so heavenly. And then you go sit on another chair, that beat the crap out of me. It's not you, it's the chair. So go to places where you can try the chairs out, eh? Like come to our stores, for example. We have 4 of them, but if you live in Iowa, it's going to be hard to come out to our store. But we do have programs that can bring you out, so let us know. But anyways, try out as many chairs as you can, and that'll give you a pretty good feeling for what's going to work for your spine. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to thumbs up, like us on our YouTube channel, and help us spread the word about massage chairs by sharing this or any of our videos with your friends and family through your social media platforms. We appreciate you helping us spread the word. I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.